What's up, YouTube? This is Cdog back with another Transformers review. This is on the Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Siege Voyager class Megatron, ages 8 and up. It's done by Hasbro and TakaraTomy. Take a really quick look at the packaging, as you can see. Kind of that cut on the side. Get an art image of Megatron on the left-hand side. Right-hand side has kind of that poster diorama of all the bots from Cybertron. Top of the packaging and back of the packaging. As you can see, it transforms in 17 steps and has Battlemaster effect parts that attach to it. And now that we can focus on the figure, first I want to remind you guys to click on the notification bell so you can get all of my videos as they come up, as well as follow me on Twitter. That's Cdog4, all lowercase, no spaces. Make sure to check out my War for Cybertron Siege playlist and all the other playlists I have, including Movie Best, Studio Series, Movies 1 through 3, that's 2007, Revenge of the Fallen, Dark of the Moon, all in one playlist, Age of Extinction in another. I also have the 3A and all the non-transforming big robots that are, like the die-cast Optimus Prime I have, that's 10 pounds. And anyway, so let's move on to the review. So, as you know, this is the Voyager class Megatron. This plastic is comparable to what Fans Toys is using right now. And that's just amazing that Hasbro actually stepped up and did their job serving to the fans. All the plastic is nice and hard, so unlike everyone always thinking that it's a QC issue, it's really just a plastic issue. When you have hard plastics, you do not get those QC issues nearly ever. So the fact that we're using the old plastic from 2004 again is wonderful to me. For accessories, he does come with this cannon. As you can see, there is no hollow spots on it. It is all perfect all the way around. And it does attach by a 5mm port. I'll show you. So you do have options. You can put it there. And I've seen some pictures where it goes up. You can go up here if you want. So different options, different strokes for different folks. You can see the details, the metallic silvers kind of in the background there show up. You got the metallic silver on his face with the red optics, as well as they're outlined with black. He's also got that eyebrow kind of thing going on. Very nice. You can see some of the battle damage there on his helmet, as well as the front of his chest. You can see the Decepticon symbol tampoed on. You get some red details here painted in, as well as on the sides here. He's got some button details, yellows and metallic blues, flat reds, all looking fantastic. Got some more flat reds for his elbows, I guess you could call it. And you can see the battle damage on him quite well. As you can see, it's on the front of his arms and shoulders, his chest, his helmet, a little bit on his thigh. We do have it on both sides of his lower shins. So very nice. You get it on the back of his backpack on both sides. So very cool. And there was a little on his arm, on the outer arm, a little bit right there. You want to make sure that these are pulled down. These will be up, but make sure they're pulled down, because then you can do this. I don't believe you can do that, without it. So make sure you can clip this in or keep this out. I only had it out for articulating reasons, but it's really not that necessary. Speaking of articulation, go out to the side real nicely, up 90 degrees, go around 360 on that ball joint, and it's nice and tight. As you can see, nothing is slipping. So very nice and tight joints. Everything is tight on this figure. Everything is tight on the entire Wave 1 line. Hopefully Wave 2 is just the same. Let me move this out to there and put it back down here. So you get a little bit of you can go in and up, but it does have there's a ball joint too. So you can kind of go up about that far, but you can kind of fake it and get up a little bit more if you need to. But even on its own, that's on its own. It's not bad. You could also look down on its own just a little bit, but you can also push it in if you need to. You get the swivel, of course, but no real tilt. You do get a elbow at 90 with a bicep swivel that will go 360. You can go in and out with the fist. He does have a waist swivel that will go 360, just like he does in the shows. And go forward and side to side and even back. Get the thigh swivel that will go 360 on that mushroom peg. And you can go 90 at the knee. If you want to pull this down for like pictures or something, you can get more articulation in the knee for like pictures and stuff. See, it bends in a little bit more, but you have this hanging out the back, so that's an option. It also does go inward here, but that's for transformation, but do it as you will. You get the ankle tilt. You also get a little heel support, and I thought there was some front and back, but no. So that is his articulation. You can see some of that kind of brownish gold. It's not really gold, but it's like a metallic brown that's painted on there. So for size comparisons, here it is with Optimus Prime. And so far I only have a stop motion up, but that's as of this recording. Things could change very soon. He also has Skytread comparison. So there's a nice figure right there. He also comes with this accessory, and this is very nicely painted. You can see what you can do here is you can unsoft tab that, and then unsoft tab down here. Like that. There's a couple little tabs. You can see them. You want to remove those before you flip it. But you can see this nice painted blaster. Got flat reds and metallic silvers and a little bit of black paint on top of brown plastic. Very nice. And then, of course, you can swivel this back up, open it as you tab those, swivel those tabs over into there, and then soft tab that up there, and you have it as a sword as well. So pretty awesome. He can be using it all different ways. You can do it like that if you want. So he has that option. So you can also put it in as a sword. Of course, that's the main kind of, probably the standard option from fans. Oops. I'm going to put that over. So like that. Alright. Also, for articulation, you can pull this out and kind of get, oops, get that out of the way. Get some more movement like that. For transformation, we're going to start by just flipping in his hands. We're going to revert the waist 180 degrees. We're going to take the feet. We're going to flip them down. Let me get this out of there. I'm going to flip them down like this just to get them out of the way. And we're going to stop right there. Next, we're going to come up here. And we're going to lift this up over like that. And then it kind of has this whole shelf. What you're going to do is you're going to pull these out to the back like this. That'll allow you to, come on, there we go. That'll allow us to kind of, you can tilt that in a little bit, and then you can kind of do this. What you want to do here is you want to unflatten these out, and that'll allow you to be able to get these around. So what you're going to do here is you're going to revert this 180, and you're going to flip these in on a hinge. Let me show you from this point of view. So you go back like this. This has now been turned 180. And then you got this peg right here that'll peg in right there. So we have that option right now. Okay. So we've already done the waist 180. Remember to do that first. Now we're going to want to kind of go up in back on a shelf. What I mean by that is this kind of bends, and the way you deal with it is there's a little, you want to get it in that little crevice right there as much as possible. So it goes in all the way, like all the way to the back. See, like that, filled in. I don't think you saw. Should I show from there? There, like that. So you fill that in. Then you want to pull this down on this hinge, and then there's a couple slots right there and there. And there's tabs right there and there. So you're going to want to line all that up accordingly. I'm getting this through there and then bending in and tabbing into those spots just like that, making sure this is still back. We're good. Now you want to do the legs. So what you do here is you're going to want to revert this 180. Actually, first we're going to open up the legs like this. You already did the feet, so that's all done. Now we're going to go up here and we're going to do it like that. Make sure that these ridges are facing you. Same thing here. Bending it like that. Now we're going to want to, there's a hinge right here that you can bend. And you're also going to want to, at the same time, keep this part still, this part right here. But the thigh swivel part is going to bend with it. It's going to swivel with it. So making sure you keep the upper part still. You swivel it around like that. Is that right? Yeah. And then there's a little tab slot right there. That's going to go into that slot right, that tab right there on his hip. Just like that. Same thing with this side. You want to have it like this. Have these 3 lines facing us. Having it just like that. Having the back of the waist piece facing us from here. You can see the stand parts right there. And we're going to want to start to tilt it at the bottom hinge while this part here stays still. And then as it goes, you're going to want to take the thigh swivel along, but not this part. See how it's working like that? And kind of fits like that. That'll allow you to bring this back up. And then there's that's when the slot is there. And then you can tab the slot into place. And there we have most of what is. I'm going to make sure everything is in place. And then you can take this and you post it to the front just like that. I do think there's going to be an alternate. That is the transformation right there. And there you go. He does have some rolling wheels on the bottom. You have 4 of them. They're pinned in and everything. Looking nice. So he can roll. There's a swivel up here. So you can swivel it like that, which is awesome. So they developed it kind of like the leader class Megatron, which is awesome. Here's a little comparison. You also want to get this to fit as best as possible. Here's a comparison with Optimus Prime. Something is not tabbed in, so just re-tab it. There we go. And so as you can see there, kind of, he's a little bigger than Optimus in vehicle mode. And then for Sideswipe and Hound, we'll get a little comparison there. So here's, actually, here, let's get my hands out of the way so you guys can see. Yeah. And then last but not least, here he is with Skytread as robot mode. And let me know what you think of the review. Leave a like if you liked the video. Subscribe for more toy reviews. As always, stay awesome, stay sub, stay tuned for the next video.